All right. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to day 32. We've got an upper body weighted set today. Nothing too crazy, just kind of old school lifts and get our upper body under some weight. We are going to be hitting up a 30-20-10. So 30 reps the first set, 20 reps the second, and 10 reps the last. So the first set through is a little bit intense as far as numbers go. I've got a set of 20s, 10s, and 5s for now to start, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and warm up, get our upper body going. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's go ahead and hit up a child's pose. So your hips hinge back, reach your arms way out in front, take a couple deep breaths. Slide your shoulder blades down. Take your head to the left and the right. Just get some movement through your head and neck. And then go ahead and come on to your hands and knees. And we're going to do a little bit of arm rotations. So take your right arm and you're going to bring it forward and then behind, and then the left forward and behind. So we're going to go 5 each side. Here's 2. We're going to try to make this a little bit of a 2-part mobility move. Keep your hips level, your core strong, and then just rotate a teeny bit through that mid back. All right, now you're going to go the other way. So take your arm back first and then forward. 2, 3. Hold that core. Slide shoulder blades down. Hollow out your armpits. Last one. All right, curl your toes under. Sit back on your heels. I hit my wall. And then just kind of swing your arms wide. Scissor over under. And then we'll lean side to side. So take your left arm up, hinge it over to the right, and then the other way. Right arm up, hinge to the left. I don't know if you hit up the core set yesterday, but my abs are way more sore than they have been in a very long time. Feels good. All right, and then roll through those wrists. Okay, I'm going to run us through what we have coming. Like I said, we have our 30-20-10. So I have some lighter weights on the ready, especially as we're hitting up our heavier sets. While I'm running us through all of these, you can hit up a glute bridge with arm rotations, or you can do a bird dog, hands and knees, go opposite arm and leg, and then just go side to side, alternating. So you can hit up those or whatever else feels like a fun little warm up while I take us along. Okay, so the first exercise is going to be a tricep press. So we'll be on the ground with our glutes up in a glute bridge. Elbows are going to be tight. Your palms face one another, and then you just push your hands straight up over those shoulders. So we're trying to get into the triceps for that one. Then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do a renegade row. So this is going to be 30 total, 15 each side. So you're going to set up a plank position, and then you're going to row side to side for 30 total pulls, keeping that plank, trying to keep your hips tucked under as much as possible. You can also stay on your knees, pull side to side. You can also put one hand down. So if holding the weight on one hand doesn't feel so hot, you can just go all 15 on the one side, then all 15 on the other. If you don't plank, you're going to come up and do a locomotive. So still for the back, hinge down nice and low, pull one elbow, and then the other. Same kind of count scheme. Then we're going to lower back down for a chest press. Lower down, hips are up, elbows come wide, pressing up over that chest. Then we're going to come up for an upright row. Oh, whoops, not yet. Jumping ahead, we'll hit up our heel press. So head will rest, we get to rest our arms, and you're just going to do a core contraction, low belly, and push those heels as straight up as you can. Then an overhead pull. We have a lot to get through, but I think we can do it. Overhead pull, arms reach way out away from you, and then you're going to pull back up over the chest. So that is for the core and your back. Then we come up, hit an upright row. This is where I'm going to transition into my 10s. Elbows come wide. Make sure that the wrists stay under the elbows and just come to chest height. Then I'm going to go even lower. You're going to do a two-way fly. So fly forward and fly wide. And we're going to go 15 each direction to 30 total. So for those shoulders. And then we'll be back on the ground for a concentrated crunch. So it won't take a ton of time just because we got to get through 30. So you exhale with your lift, inhale with your lower. The idea behind a concentrated crunch is that you never, ever, ever relax that core. Keep it going strong the whole time that you're in those crunches. Okay, so we're going to start us off. 30 reps, tricep press, lower on down. Drive those hips up. Remember the palms face. Here we go. 1, elbow squeeze tight. 3, if you need to keep your hips on the ground, that's fine. But regardless, keep that core going solid. 8, create space between your ears and shoulders. 9, keep those hips driving high. If you need to stop and take a little break, that's fine. Stop, shake it out, come back. Here's 22. Three to go. Keep those wrists strong so you're pushing up through the knuckles as opposed to the palm. And 30. All right. Flip it over. We have our Renegade Rows or your locomotive. Whatever kind of version you want to take. Big thing here is just to set up your plank position. Kind of a wide base of support. And then try your best to keep your wiggle minimal side to side. 6, try to squeeze your elbow tight so that you're using your back. 23, 24, 29, 30. Woo, okay. Get those out of the way. Back onto your back. We're going into our chest press. Lower down. If you'd like, those hips come up again. Here we go. Elbows open wide. Now your wrists or your palms are facing forward toward your knees. You want your hands to come up right over that chest. Make sure they're not floating back toward the shoulders. Think about what you want to be using, which is our chest here. Keeping the core active, rolling shoulder blades down. Keep it up, keep it up. Open those elbows wide. 24. 28. Keep it in the chest. 29. 30. All right. I'm going to hit those heel presses. Grabbing back through the core. Legs go as straight as possible. If you have tight hamstrings, your legs may look like they're more out here. That's fine. Still just try to grab through that low belly. 3. This is where You want to take your belly super tight in that low portion. So think about where you're pushing from. Even if you don't move at all, try to feel like you're flexing from that low portion of the abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, grabbing that weight again, just one. This time we want to keep our hips on the ground. You have a natural low back arch. You want to push that out by tucking the pelvis. So the belly button pulls down toward the ground. Arms are straight. Elbows pinch in. So point your elbows toward the knees. Keep your glutes relaxed as the weight goes overhead straight. 3, the rib cage is going to want to pop open as the arms go overhead. And you have to keep that from happening. You have to tighten around, grab to that rib cage, and then also focus on making sure that your back is contracting to support the movement of the weight. So flexion in that upper back, flexion in that core. Work with your breath. You should be feeling the abs. 15. No neck. We're halfway there. 16. Are your elbows pretty straight? Are they pulling toward one another a little bit? 10 to go. 8 to go. Few left. Keep reaching those arms way far away. 5, 4, oh my goodness. 3, watching those elbows as I fatigue. They want to flare out wide, so try to keep them pinched in. That'll just help your shoulder heads stay in position so that we're not rounding the shoulders forward. Okay, everybody, we get to get up off the ground. We have our upright row. Give yourself a little second. All right, I'm going to go down to my 10s. We're going to hit up 30 here. So we're dialing into the shoulders. You still want to feel that pinch in the upper middle back. And then make sure that your knees are soft. You want your legs, your glutes, and your core to hold support for what the upper body is doing. Feel like you've got a super proud chest. There's 10. Tailbone kind of tucks under. Belly button pulls back. Halfway. Strong foundation. Belly button pulls back. Tailbone tucks under. Chest stays tall. Elbows come up and then pull back just a bit. Be in control of your drop. 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. Good job. Stretch those arms out a quick second, and then we're going to go into our two-way fly. Feeling those shoulders. It's good, though. It's good to build the shoulders. Strength. Then awesome. I think it really starts some good tone for that upper arm. All right, so forward and then wide. There's 2. 28 to go. Think about that stack, heels, hips, shoulders. If it comes into your neck, if the weight and the heat comes into the neck, just put the weights down, roll it out, try again. or just go range of motion. You don't have to hold the weights. 19, 20. We're here for shoulders, not neck. 21, 2. It's also easy to start trying to like contort the body, right? Using momentum. We want to make sure that we stay away from that as well. 6, 28. It's tougher for me pulling wide right now. 30. Whew, all right. Made it. Back to our crunches on the ground. So keep your heels in the ground just like we did on our overhead pull. Tilt that pelvis under. If crunching doesn't work well for you, you can hang out in a dead bug. But all of us are pushing and focusing on that low back, driving into the ground. Your hands are there to support your head, not yank on the neck. This should be building quite a lot of heat because you're flexing first, then getting your crunch, and then you're not letting that flexion go. So holding that flex for all 30 crunches is going to build quite a lot of heat. 13. 16. Kind of have to build that ability, the awareness, being able to flex in, move, and figure how to get all the breath that you need. So you can't really take a complete full breath of air. Because you have to keep that flexion. 25. Keep it flexed, don't let it go. 29 and 30. Woo! All right. We're back to our tricep press. That felt good. We're going into our glute bridge again. So now we only have to do 20 reps. That was a good amount of time for our 30s. All right, here we go. Hips come up, elbows squeeze tight. Make sure your wrists are strong. Keep those hips nice and high, but keep flexion on that core. See if you can find your triceps as opposed to the shoulders. There's halfway. We're at 10, 11. Still brace into the back. You want to find that flexion into the back to support your upper body. 18, 19, and 20. Ugh. Okay, we have our Renegade Rows or your locomotive. 10 each side. So I kind of also, I guess I could have told you a little bit, I kind of make a little bit of a pyramid, a triangle shape. And my weights, it kind of helps get my hands right where I need them. And then I'm trying to hold my chest right between those thumbs still. 10 each side, 20 total. See if you can tuck those hips under. Your butt's going to want to rise into the air. Want to keep that from happening. Hold it steady. 16, 19, 20. Okay, back to your chest press. So on your back, hips go up again. Palms are facing your knees. Grab to that core. Elbows come nice and wide. 4, Weights come up right over the chest. 10. Use the chest. Be in control of the drop and the press. 18. Both directions matter. 19. 20. All right. We're going into our heel press. Bring those legs straight up if you can. Hands are kind of down by your thighs. Press straight up. The goal is to find that low portion of your abs. 10. 20. All right. Those are definitely weird. If getting your butt up off the ground doesn't really work, don't worry about it. Focus on finding that connection between your head and those low abs. Just holding your legs straight up, bearing down, digging deep into that core. Okay, grab your one weight, push your low back into the ground. Abs are still hanging on strong. Reach way far overhead. We have our overhead delt pull. 3, 4. The delts are your shoulders. You have your front, your mid, and your rear delt. So you want to try to find that rear delt here in the back of the shoulder, behind your armpit, that serratus muscle, and the core. The key here, the little trick, is to try to keep your glutes relaxed. So it's a lot easier to tuck your pelvis and get that low back onto the ground if you flex your glutes. But we want to use the core to get that tuck here. Reach way far overhead. 5 to go. Lots to think about. 3, 2, use that upper back and core. 1. Oh. All right, bringing it up. We're gonna hit up that upright row again. Okay, find your stance. Toes straight ahead, heels under hips, knees soft. Elbows pull up nice and high. 2, 3. Feel like your elbows are trying to pull away from the shoulders left and right. 9. Halfway. Tailbone tucks under. Chest stays really tall. Try to resist gravity. Those arms coming down. 17. 18. Keep it in the shoulders. Get that little pinch between the shoulder blades. 20. All right. Grab a little stretch. We're going to do that two-way fly. Again, into those shoulders. Rise to the side and then front ahead, straight ahead. Just shoulder height. 3. Just like we did with those upright rows, feel like the arms are getting pulled away from you. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Don't lose form. It's not worth it. 17, 18. That last one to be money. 19, yes, 20. Perfect. Okay, now we're back in our crunches, and then we have our 20s done. The 10s are gonna go so fast. All right, push that low back in, or you're in your dead bugs. Remember your glutes relaxed, and then your head stays still. Wherever you have that chin tucked, you want it to kind of stay there, so your head's not rocking forward and back. 8, 9, 10. Remember, flex into the core, and then don't let it go. You can even play around with where you want to get more flexion. See if you can dial into different parts of your abdomen. You flex a little more through the front, sides, lower. That's 19, 20. Okay, gearing up for our last round. Sit up, take a little twist, couple pops through the back. Hands grab behind, stretch through those shoulders. Okay, we're going to power through our last round, starting off with our tricep press. 10 reps. If you wanted, you could go up and weight just a bit. I'm gonna hang here. I like how it feels. Hips press up. Neck stays relaxed. Here we go. Elbows squeeze tight. Your palms are facing one another. 2, 3. See if you can keep your wrists right over those elbows, all the way down and all the way up. 9, 10. Okay, you're gonna have your Renegade Row or your lawnmower. Set up your plank position. Tuck your tailbone, flex your glutes so that you can try to eliminate very much rocking. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay, chest press. Hips go back up. Elbows open wide. Palms face your knees. Focus on using the chest. What are you using to get where you're going? Don't just get lost in the number. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, heel presses. Remember, if you just need to hang here and focus on flexion, that's fine. 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Overhead, delt pull. Low back pushes into the ground. Reach nice and far. Four. You want to build the muscles on that upper back. Do not allow your rib cage to pop. Arms go overhead. 7, 8. Recheck in. Make sure that low back isn't coming off the ground. Last one. Your glutes are staying out of it. 10. Okay, we have our upright row. Chest is tall. Elbows come wide. 10. 8. 7. 6. See if you can keep that upper body super still. 2 and 1. All right. Our two-way fly. 5 each direction. Shoulders back and down. Chest stays lifted. Just shoulder height. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, grab those crunches. All right, tuck in that chin, smack that low back into the ground, crunch up as high as you can, resist your drop. Six, 7, 8, 9. Okay, grab this last one, hold a little bit longer. 10, hold, flex into that belly, and then relax. Whew. Nice work. Put your arms out nice and wide, palms on the ground. Lower both knees to the left. And then if you'd like, you can take that bottom left foot and place it on top of your right knee. So get a good stretch through the back, that right hip flexor, and then really focus on pushing that right shoulder into the ground. Your right palm is facing the ground, on the ground, and get that stretch all the way across your chest through the back. All right, bring your legs back to center. Rock them over to the other side. Now put your right foot on top of your left knee. Drive that left shoulder into the ground. All right, and then come back to center. We're going to flip over. Start with your hands and knees. Take your right arm. Inhale, lift it up as high as you can. Twist through that mid-back, keep your hips level, and then tuck your right shoulder under and push. Push onto that right shoulder, kind of driving over. All right, and then we'll switch to the other side. Plant your right hand. Inhale. Bring that left arm up. Nice big twist. And then exhale, tuck under. So now we have that left shoulder pushing into the ground. All right, and then drive up. Take your right leg forward. Grab a quick hip flexor stretch. So if you want to pick up your back knee up off the ground, you can, or keep it down. So wherever you get a better stretch in that back hip flexor, the left side, go ahead and twist again to that right side, opening your right arm up. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Your right leg comes back, left leg comes forward. You can drop that right knee or lift it, up to you, and then twist, open your left arm up. All right, plant your hands, both legs come back, drive your hips up, heels drop down to the ground. We're in a little downward facing dog. Nice big inhale and exhale, and then open your toes nice and wide. We're going to walk back for our low squat. See if you can get those elbows inside your knees. See if you can get your heels all the way on the ground, opening your chest. Fantastic work, everybody. Not too intense, but my shoulders definitely got tired. All right, hinge forward, let those hamstrings straighten, and you are welcome to have the rest of your day. Thanks so much.